All right, let's go to Kenny Roda now. Let's get a little bit more in-depth perspective on this. Kenny, you've got the Rocky poster up behind you. Did you have that last week or no?
No, I thought it was appropriate since they were such a huge underdog yesterday against the New Orleans Saints. Andre, I had the Saints winning that game too because I didn't think they'd fall to 0-2, and we were looking at the schedule at the beginning of the year thinking, all right, could be a 1-2, 0-3 start, and after 2 weeks, the Browns are 1-1, and only 4 teams are left in the AFC that are 2-0. So Rocky, I think, is appropriate for this morning.
I think the amazing thing about yesterday, and we talked on this just for a second last night, is that the Browns were able to beat the Saints, a team that most people can agree think they're going to playoffs this year. Although now at 0-2, the odds don't look real good. Yeah. But, a team, they were able to beat them at home where they hadn't won an opener since 2004, but they did it without Ben Tate. They did it without Jordan Cameron, and they didn't do it without Josh Gordon. I mean, that's the amazing stat, I think, from yesterday's game. And
they did it without Jeff Garcia and his dad going absolutely crazy on the field the last time they did win a home opener against the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if you guys remember that celebration, but I liked yesterday's celebration with Mike Pettin on the sidelines and the slow motion replay of Brian Hoyer. It almost looked like he was in agony, but it was that relief celebration of finally the ball going through the uprights, the Browns getting a victory, and like you guys said, doing it without your 3 top offensive playmakers. And guys, they spent a lot of money in draft picks on the defensive side of the ball, and DeQuell Jackson was a great guy. We all agree with that, but DeQuell would make plays 5-10 yards down the field and rack up those tackles. Carlos Dansby is making impact plays in the backfield at the line of scrimmage and racking up those tackles on plays that matter, not on ones that are cleaning up 10, 15-yard gains. He's the key, I think, to that offense. He's the leader. He's bringing that attitude, and it's helping also Paul Kruger, who last year was a major disappointment. He had a sack yesterday. He was in the face of Drew Brees all game long. These are the best 2 games that Paul Kruger has played since becoming a Brown.
No, I agree with all that. Let's go back to the offense. You talk about Brian Hoyer in agony, Kenny. And I just want to touch on this, and I'm not putting anybody down and everything else, but, we talk about a news story that Johnny Manziel played 3 plays. And in actuality, most fans and people that get it go, well, why did you do that? It really took away from Brian Hoyer. And you're right, at the end of the game, the emotions that he probably really went through, and he'll never tell us honestly in the media. Maybe later
Johnny
on.
Or Brian?
No, Brian.
Yeah.
And
Brian.
Kenny used a word, and I'm glad he used it. When that ball finally went through the goalpost, it did seem, when he's on the ground getting ready to kiss the ground, you think about all the emotions he's going through because he'll never come out the way we know he probably want to come out and go, just give me the team and stop all this other stuff. I thought it was huge emotionally what he went through to win that game at home yesterday.
That's the New England effect on him, though, too.
You're right.
Everything that I think the way he thinks about the media, about the fans, and about everything that's going on outside, he directly correlates that back to his days back in New England and understanding that you've got to keep all the noise out.
Yeah.
Without question. And this is a kid, a local kid. It's a great story. And to me, based on what he did last year, and Andy, you know me, I still have my question marks whether he can do it for a full season. But based on what he did last year, he deserved to be the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season if he was healthy. He showed that he was. Didn't play well in the first half last week, but they came out in the second half. He brought them back. And then second week in a row now that he has a comeback in him. And this time they make the plays. And, guys, how many times have we talked about this? Quarterbacks, you can't expect them to make perfect throws every time. Your receivers have to make plays. And that's what we saw from Miles Austin yesterday on that catch on the sidelines. Years past, that ball falls incomplete. Yeah. Quincy Morgan, drops that ball, right? Other guys, Greg Little drops that ball. Miles Austin made a play. Yeah, he had a drop earlier after his touchdown catch, but he made a play on the sidelines. Barnard made a play. Hawkins did a great job. I read his quotes after the game saying he wasn't thinking touchdown. That ball was hanging in the air for eternity. He just wanted to grab it, knowing that all they needed was a field goal. And you heard Tim talk about that too. That affects your play calling. That affects the pressure in the huddle, knowing that you only need a field goal and not a touchdown to win. And it goes back to Carlos Dansby. I think one of the biggest plays in the game was that sack to force the Saints to punt on their final possession and not attempt a field goal where it would have forced the Browns to have to score a touchdown.
Yeah, no, that play is huge. I think that's one of the plays of the day throughout the NFL. But I just go back to it. I just don't think this team wins or plays the way they have the first 2 weeks without Brian Hoyer has some deficiencies. He doesn't get the ball downfield very well.
No,
he
the
threw
pass
a couple
to Hawkins
yeah,
at the end
the
was like,
pass, yeah, you're like, please get there. But he knew where to go with the ball.
Right.
He didn't struggle with making that decision. I just think this is the right guy at the right time. Should he be the quarterback 2 years from now? That's a whole other story. But I think right now in 2014, there's no doubt he should be the quarterback.
And with this offensive line, it helps him because he's not a mobile guy. But the strength of this team on offense is its offensive line. They spent a lot of money at center and at left tackle. They used a high draft pick on the right side with Latonio at guard, right? So that's the strength. Use it to your advantage, and they're doing that. Love the fact that they ran it 30 times. That was one of my keys to the game yesterday. Continue to run the football. Use the tandem that you have in Crowell and Terrence West and chew up the clock. Keep New Orleans off the field and gain yardage. They've done that 2 weeks in a row now. They've run it well, and that helps set up their play-action passing. And Hoyer, again, I was reading some of the post-game quotes and everything like that. He was expecting and saw blitz on that play to Hawkins that set up the game-winning field goal. Thank you, by the way, fat-ass Rob Ryan, for doing that, blitzing twice in a row and allowing Hoyer to see that at the line of scrimmage. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer, the biggest blowhard defensive coordinator in the entire. How he still keeps getting. He must have pictures of some people with animals or something. I don't know.
I love Rob Ryan.
Thank you, Rob Ryan.
We need more Rob Ryans, Kenny. We need more Rob Ryans. He's an awesome guy, and I do love watching him lose. And if you would have heard the words he was muttering, I'm sure, that would have been all about Dogs in the Run, because I'm sure he said some words.
Could you imagine now miking him up in the games, or if they would have hard knocks just wherever? Wonder what team he'll be with next year, guys. Which team do you think Rob Ryan's the defensive coordinator for next year? Is he going to get another job?
He will get another job.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter how bad you think he is. He keeps getting jobs.
He keeps getting. Hey, he may go to New York and stay in his brother's basement and work for the Giants as bad as they are.
Somehow, some way, he keeps. I need to get his agent. I do. I need to find an agent like that I can perform that poorly and still end up getting a lot of money and keep getting jobs like that. But I enjoyed the Browns beating him at home, and the fans enjoyed it. And it was important, too, guys, that they got the lead early to keep the crowd in the game because, as you guys pointed out, 10 years in a row they lose the opener. And this way the crowd was kept in the game. They were a factor in the game, and it affected, I think, the Saints' offense early. It took them a quarter and a half to realize, wait a second, they can't stop the run. Let's start running the ball instead of trying to throw it on every down. And I think the crowd had something to do with that.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to check back in with you a little bit later. Thanks, Kenny.
You got it, guys.
And make sure you read him at kennyroda.com. All right, one of the cool things about the show, and I don't know if you noticed it, I don't know, can we replay the open here in a second? I just want people to hear the song again. Just watch the open here, just one more time.
It's coming.
Pound for pound, orange and brown. Pound for pound, orange and brown.
Your team, your show.
No rules! That's what I'm talking about.
Dogs on the Run begins now.
All right, so that's the open. That's a new open for us this year, and we want to thank the band Winslow for our new sound Pound for Pound is the name of the song. I want to make sure I get it right. And you can download the whole song for free and learn more about the band by going to winslowsoul.com on Facebook and facebook.com/Winslow Soul. In fact, Winslow's on the line with us, isn't he? There we go. Let's go to Winslow. Hey, Winslow, what's going on, man?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, thank you so much for doing the song. What was your motivation on the song?
Oh man, I'm a diehard Browns fan. So honestly, we got contacted by the guys from GV Artwork about 2 years ago now, and they have a clothing line for Pound. They came to us and said, "Let's do a song. Let's put something out that Cleveland will love." It got played on the ESPN station and on Fox, and then it sat for a while. And you guys picked it up, so we're real thrilled about it.
I know the GV Artwork because they've told me I'm friends with Greg and those guys. Did they help you write any of the song that we're playing for this?
Yeah. So George Sr. actually wrote the original version of the song. It sounds a lot different than the one we played, but he wrote a lot of the lyrics and stuff, and we had a great time working together.
It's a fun song. As a band, where'd you come up with the name? Because everybody hears Winslow and they think Kellen Winslow, obviously. obviously.
You know, that's something that people have been asking me for years, and I would tell you guys, but I'd have to kill you off. I told you, and that's just not good. I can't do that.
There are no rules on this show,
Yeah,
but
you
you
can
don't
say
gotta-
whatever you
don't gotta
want.
kill us.
I don't
Even if
know,
it's a good
that-
story.
That might be a rule.
Really? Now I'm intrigued and want to know.
Hey, when you started to hear the song nationally, what went through your mind when you heard some of the other places playing it?
Oh man, I mean it's an incredible feeling. I've been a Browns fan since I was a little kid, so you know when people are getting excited, I saw people tweeting it and Facebooking it, and you know it gets back around to you and you realize they don't even know it's you that they're listening to. It's incredible.
Are you guys a local band? Do you guys play locally? Any places you want to tell people that they can check you guys out?
Yeah, we are from Akron, Ohio, actually. Our next show is next Saturday. We're actually headlining the Porch Rocker Music Fest in Akron, Ohio, over in Highland Square. So any Browns fans who are tuning in right now, we'd love to see you guys out there doing a tribute to Michael Jackson at 7 o'clock next Saturday.
Hey, did you go to Kent, or how do you know Eric, the referee?
Yes, I did go to Kent State, even though it was a little embarrassing to be from Kent State on Saturday.
Yeah, trust me, we were all from Kent State.
Hey,
here,
don't bring that up.
I actually met him back then, yeah.
Good stuff, man. And is there a website people can find out about your band if they want to follow you guys, if they're just catching on?
Absolutely. They can find us online, winslowsoul.com, or they can go to Facebook, so facebook.com/winslowsoul. And one real cool thing we have going on right now, too, if people want one of the GV artwork T-shirts, like the one that I know a lot of people are wearing.
Oh, that's my favorite shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to
Yeah,
show that
you
one
do
more
that
time. It's
one.
like the
Superman
it's a
with
Superman
the C.
C. I love that shirt.
So do I.
It's the coolest one, if you ask me. They can actually go to the gvartwork.com and put in Winslow as their promo code, and they'll get 10% off. So either find us at winslowsoul.com, go there, use our discount, all that good stuff. You can get free downloads of the song, too, at winslowsoul.com.
Sounds
Good
cool.
stuff.
Maurice, thank you very much. Appreciate it. The band is Winslow. Make sure you go check them out online. And then the promo code for GV Artwork, Winslow, that's pretty cool,
Right.
too. Thank you so much, Maurice.
All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Take care,
We'll talk to
Maurice.
you soon.
Now, see, I like that
All right.
shirt, but I'm trying to start something new. That's why I'm going with this one. I'll give you a code. I'll give you a code. If
What's
you
your
say
code?
Andre from Dogs on a Run sent you for this shirt, he'll give you some money off too. Without even talking to Greg, I guarantee he will.
All right, so
If you go to GV Artwork today and say, I want to wear the shirt Andre wore on Dogs on a Run, they'll take care of you.
All right, well, make sure you do that. Look at you doing the plugs and the promos.
Yeah,
here.
because Winslow's giving away shirts that's already been going on for a while.
That is true. He's doing it.
I like Maurice.
All right, if you want to get a hold of us, 216-431-3820. 216-431-3820. Again, if you're watching at home and you're going to get in the car and you're going to go to work here because it's 7:30, you're thinking about doing it, all you need to do is take your phone, go in the car, you can Bluetooth it, continue to listen to us, or you can just plug your phone into the headphone jack right there. Boom, and then you've got another input there, and just hit the aux button on your car.
You know, this is probably something for the Foot Locker guy over there, but one and only Brian Hoyer has tweeted this morning. First time he's tweeted. He tweeted 1 day ago. He's selling things. You talk about giving away stuff. He says, "Good morning, Cleveland. Celebrate with the Roman burger meal at Mr. Hero." He just tweeted that out. Way to go, Brian. Take care of those businesses when you get those W's. He really hadn't tweeted since July 16th, before these last 2 days. So good for you, Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer back on Twitter. Look at that. We're working together as a team. Brian Hoyer gets the victory at home yesterday. He wakes up and the first thing he thinks of is to sell you a Roman burger. That's my quarterback.
You guys woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. Did you think of a Roman burger?
No, but I'll think of Mr. Hero. He made him win yesterday, so
Yeah.
why not call Brian Hoyer Mr. Hero from now on?